First time reacting to K Showtime. We got K Showtime versus MK. Now, if you know, you know they used to be teammates. You know, I forget that team name. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on, wait. Give me like a second. Wait. Trouble Team. Trouble Team. Come on, man. Come on, man. Wait. Subscribe. Spy Live. Come on, man.
Call that. You're a bitch if you call that. Headshots, stupid.
Hey, who are you have? K Showtime or MK? I ain't gonna lie, this is a 22-minute vid. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I get K Showtime.
Start up, man. Play defense. Oh my.
I ain't gonna lie, I get MK. I ain't gonna lie, this look like a lot of baskets from MK.
Hey! You're not a shooter. You remember that?
No. Come on, see? Guard up. You can't guard me. Let me show you what a bitch looks like. Guard up. Strong is goofy. You guys be getting tricked by this fake muscle. This guy's muscles are fake.
Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of today's episode. Today, we have two gentlemen that are going to have a conversation about animated topics. Fellas?
Bro, K Showtime. Please don't copyright me. Please.
Oh, relax.
Dude, if I get copyrighted, I'll get crossed. You see, I would skip it straight to the game. But watch time, Gango. Ah!
So joining us today are K Showtime and MK, two of the most talented streetball players in the game today. Today, we'll be discussing their relationship, as well as what's going to be happening next, and go into a little bit more detail about the rivalry. So, K Showtime, MK, thank you for joining us today. Let's start things off by talking about the friendship, the origins of the friendship. How'd you guys meet, and what led to you guys taking over the streetball scene?
Well, me and Showtime, for anybody that doesn't know, we've known each other since what, like 8 years old?
I'd be super young.
Super young. We used to play against each other. I played for a team out of Newmarket, which is like the suburbs of Ontario, Toronto area. He played in the city. And our teams played against each other when we were younger, competed in like championships, and like literally we'd always go head to head against each other. People don't know that, but we've known each other since we were like tiny.
Yeah, we did 100%.
And I think the takeovers, you were on that wave already. I was in Costa Rica playing pro. You were already on that wave. I obviously knew you. We knew each other. I seen you going crazy, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna pull up and just like spoil his run, like that, the Aiken Park run.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. He came to our park takeover, fried the out of Grizz, like cooked him. It was so bad. I don't even know how to explain it. Like he got it cooked, and then that's how MK became a part of Trouble Team. If MK didn't fry Grizz that bad, then I probably wouldn't even have put him on the team. So that's how it happened, really.
Bro, this man get K Showtime get grills now, that way. Hold on. This man get grills now. I read that.
Then I probably wouldn't even have put him on the team. So that's how it happened, really.
You messaged me after, you were like, yo, let's run it. Like, let's run it. Like, hop on the squad, let's run it these next few times. And then we ran it once. We had chemistry, obviously. Had a few dunks, had a few alley-oops, whatever. But it wasn't really until like the second or third when I pulled up to Lakeshore, and we're going to clip these videos in, that we started going crazy. And then
Hey!
our fucking court.
Our court, baby.
Scarborough run.
Yeah,
Turned me into a new name.
for sure, 100%.
So, I guess out of all the takeovers you guys have done together, which one was your favorite?
Most definitely, probably playing against Cam Water. I don't think nothing really beats that. I feel like just that game in general put like the whole Canada basketball scene on the map. You feel me? And honestly, I feel like we don't really get enough credit for the hoop scene in Canada, but I feel like we definitely brought a lot of eyes on the hoop scene for sure. So I'm definitely gonna have to go with the Cam Wilder one.
For me, obviously Scarborough one. That's when my life changed. Like Showtime gave me an opportunity to play for his team, with Trouble Team, and we just like took that over. Like me and him together took it over. I went crazy that run. He plugged
Bro, of course you gotta hit me with ads, my boy. You gotta pay your bills. I respect it.
my socials in, and literally overnight, just because of that takeover, we woke up in the next morning. Remember that? Woke up the next morning, we had like 100 more case, like subs, followers, everything was going crazy. Crazy. That's when Drake followed me after that day. A bunch of other celebs reached out. So that was definitely my favorite.
Cool. So after we bounce back to that Cam Wilder one. So between that Cam Wilder run up until, let's say, the Balls Life West Coast game against Trouble Team. So tell me a little bit about that period in time and where your relationship was at during that period.
I feel like a lot of things happen wrong just because of communication. I feel like, you know, MK wasn't communicating with me properly how he should have. And honestly, I'm just really based off of like communicating. Really, like communication can stop a lot of unnecessary problems. So that's what I feel like. Honestly, just communication and ego on top of that. How about you?
We both had like this ego. Like me and him were like, he started it, I came in, and like we were doing it together. Like we were on, like, in my opinion, we were on the same level. And that's ego talking. But I had some opportunities to go other places. I went. I was excited. It was more so like I was excited. This never happened. So I had those opportunities. I took them right away. I wouldn't say, yeah, I probably didn't communicate. I like to know what you thought that I didn't communicate, because we never really talked about it until now.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like he went to the States, lost to Kenny Chow. I don't know how the fuck that even happened. Kenny Chow's
We were
probably
still talking.
Kenny Chow's probably the worst basketball hooper on the net after GOYs. So I don't know how that happened, but he went to America when I feel like he should never went so fast. Lost to Kenny Chow, then Kelly, okay, like boom, shit, whatever. Then after he teamed up with Nick Briz, that part I didn't like because, and it didn't really make sense to me because at the time we were actually supposed to play Nick like after Cam Wilder in Zone 6, so he played with Nick Briz, and it just didn't really make sense to me, like why you would do such a thing if we're gonna play against Nick Briz. You feel me? So that didn't really make sense and stuff like that. And I just feel like communication, like you didn't tell me, like I had to go on social media to see that you're playing with Nick Briz when I feel like you should have communicated that with me, because I felt like I would have done the same thing, communicated with the whole team about if I was doing something like that too. So that's how I felt really.
Looking back on it now, like what we're doing right now, like we're here together, like based on communication. So like the one thing about Nick Briz, I understand. I feel like if I told you like what was going on, like the whole situation, and I would just like set you guys up for that announcement, like yo, I'm gonna do this shit with Nick Briz. This is for like, this is what I want to do. That was the one thing I messed up on. Definitely should have told you, and I feel like it would have been it would have been weird because they, like you said, you had a game planned against him, but I still feel like it would be less, less controversy between us. The other stuff, like you said, like you were injured. Everyone from Trouble Team wanted to go to LA, and I was like if everyone's gonna hold me back, I'm just gonna go. Like this is my life. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Like it was my career, my life. You already had shit booming. Like, let's be honest. Like you were the one that was booming. So like I felt in my space, I wasn't booming as much. This was my shot to get to that level, start making a career. Because you gotta understand, like after that, I was making like a rack a month playing pro. But then I see some YouTube money, some sponsorship money, some brand deal money. I'm like, yo, like I can make a career out of this. I'm not gonna let anybody stop me for that. So the Kenny Chow shit, I beat him 2 other times, so we can relax. No, I'm just joking. I don't like Kenny Chow right now. I don't like Kenny Chow.
He's a he said he wants to box me for a reason. I don't know why, but when you see me, I hope you have that same energy too.
The main thing though is that, like I said, I wanted to take that opportunity, and I honestly apologize about the Nick Briz stuff because I understand it now. Like I get it now. But as long as you can see it from my point of view, that like I was excited to like get like make some money, like actually like like I just saw dollars in my bank account that year.
I get it.
That's why I took that Nick Briz thing, and I feel like it would have been different. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit with Nick Briz,
I mean, I don't blame you, to be honest. Like I understand now because like the amount of money like we're seeing and stuff like that, we haven't really seen in our whole entire lives.
Like zero to like hella right away.
You see hella zeros, you're like, yo, like I want more. You feel me? So we just like we weren't really patient with it, and we didn't really plan things properly. But At that end of the day too, we're both young. Like, that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So
as much money as we made, like I know me personally, I made a bunch of money, but like I was so young and inexperienced, I spent so much money, bro. Like so much money. And then that's when I look at it now and I'm like, yo, like I fucked up. Like I should have been patient with it. So that's the only thing. Like I wish, and I remember being on the phone with you in LA, and I was like, "Yo, this is sick. We're gonna do X, Y, Z." The Nick Briz stuff was probably when we got the most cheese at each other. But other than that, it was pretty calm.
Okay, understandable, understandable from both sides. Now, let's talk a little bit about that Balls Life versus Trouble Team game.
There's so much shit that people don't know about that game, like behind the
there's
scenes.
a whole lot. They don't know a lot of shit.
I'll let you start it off.
All right.
You were cheesed.
I was cheese, to be honest. So whatever. When LA.
This is when I basically, to give people background, I told him I wasn't gonna play.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened. So this is before I even flew out to LA or anything. This guy just comes saying, "Oh, I might not be able to play in the Bottles Life game." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're not gonna play in the Bottles Life game? Like, look what we started together. This and the third. Like, you feel me? There's no way you're not playing. Like, what?" I'm like, okay, whatever. He says he's not gonna play. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna ask him another week and see if he's like.
I remember you asked me so many times.
So I asked him again. He said the same thing. So I'm like, now I gotta go get a whole other player and stuff like that. So I have to get a whole new team, whatever. That happened. So we go to LA now. I get a text. From Drake, and he's like, "What's going on? Like, what's popping for the game tomorrow?" I'm just like, "Let's do it." Next thing you know, he's saying MK's trying to run with us. And honestly, I'm just like, okay, I don't give a fuck. He's not playing with me. I don't care. Like, you feel me? I didn't give a fuck at all. Like, you feel me? It could have been fucking my mom that said make MK play. I would have said, nah, mom, fuck that shit. You're not playing. You feel me? Because I just felt like, I was betrayed a little bit in certain areas and shit. So I'm just like, honestly, like, nah,
Research shows the stomach can help your number rats.
I know you gotta pay bills, man, but like, stop hitting me with ads. The storyline is getting good. Come on, man. If you're new, subscribe. I thought this ad wasn't skippable. I was gonna get crossed. Dog. I ain't gonna lie.
So Drake texted me, said da da da, and I'm just like, honestly, nah, I'm not making him play. I really don't give two fucks. And then yeah, that's it really. We went out to go play, got spanked, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how we got spanked because to be honest, they weren't even really that good. I feel like we just came into that game a little like nervous because we didn't have home court and stuff like that. Also though, Wildest Life did say some things like, certain things they're gonna let us play, this, that, and third, call fouls and shit. And I think they kind of cheated us that game. You feel me? But it's whatever. We'll play them again one day if I feel like it because I don't really like Wildest Life either. But
I was out. I was actually at Drake's concert. You were there too.
Yeah, I was there too.
Concert. I went to his after party. I was talking to him. It was the first time I met Drake, so I was super lit, super good guy. And he's like, yo, you're gonna link Showtime tomorrow? He's like, you're playing? I don't think he knew like we had like a little vendetta going on.
Yeah.
But he's like, yo, you're playing tomorrow, right? Like, come on, bro. We need to see you guys together. And I was like, bro, like, I don't know. I don't think Showtime wants me to play. And I already told him I wasn't gonna play. And then at that moment, he told me, which is like, I told you after the fact.
Yeah.
He was like, and I wish I messaged you this during that day. And then it would have probably like squashed things.
Yeah.
I had an ego and you had an ego.
Most definitely.
He was like, come to my crib. We'll pull up to the game together. And then I was like, yo, that would be sick. And then I was like, what if I like asked Showtime to play and like, or what if you asked Showtime? Because I thought if he asked you, you would have been like, yeah, like,
Yeah,
like,
but at the time I just like,
it
was just like I didn't give a fuck who you were. You feel me? Like I'm not with that.
I understand. So basically, he was like, like when we get there, when we pull up, MK like Showtime throw MK a jersey, hop on the squad, just shock everybody because you have like Drake courtside watching. I pull up. Even if we win or lose, which we probably would have won, I think. I'm not gonna say I would have been the deciding factor, but we had like so much chemistry. Like I feel like it would have made a difference if I played for sure. We had beef at that time. I you know how I took it? I took it like you didn't want me to play. Like I thought Drake was like, yo, like run it. Like he had the plan ready set for you, right? He was like, yo, like you guys are gonna play together. I thought that.
He never told me about no plan. He just said that's it, really. So
That's what we had talked about. That's what I kind of like pitched, and that's my fault for not telling you. But the ball is life thing, at that point, I was like, hey, this guy doesn't want me to play for his team. Fuck this guy. We can settle it. Like we can just do that. We can do it like that. I'll make my own team. And then I ended up making my own team. We can run the ones, whatever. I didn't really care because I was just cheesed that you didn't want me to come back to the team. You held that vendetta, which overall, it was just miscommunication.
100%. One thing I do fuck with though, that like he did actually want us to get together and stuff and not
After
really
that, he was
fight,
like, you need to piece this up right away.
Yeah.
He was trying to piece us up in LA,
Yeah.
which was the craziest part. But I understand why we both didn't.
So let me ask you this question: if MK would have played in that game, you guys think he would have won?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't want to just say it just because of MK though. I want to say it because we would have had more chemistry as a team and we would all have been like more hungry. You feel me? Like, cause I bring the dog in me, but MK also brings the dog in me too. You feel me? We both like gel together very well. Like as you guys can see in our takeovers, like no one was stopping us. So I feel like our energy would have picked up together and we would have went crazy. I feel like we definitely would have won for sure.
So many clips you can see of like I'm approaching somebody, Showtime's behind me. Showtime's approaching somebody, I'm behind him. And like I do a windmill, he's right beside me. I had my like most viral dunk, and like guess who was running all the way down the field with me? It's like you behind me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he brings out that dog in me, and like I think I do the same with him. So it's like you can stop players, you can guard Showtime, you can guard MK, but you can't stop energy. So I feel like if we ever teamed up again, eventually maybe, I don't think you can stop that energy going forward. Like 2v2s, even in a takeover, if we're back on the same team, like you can't stop the overall energy. It's unstoppable.
So I guess after the HOH, I heard a rumor that your team was supposed to play against your team. What happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were supposed to
It
play.
didn't happen. Then we ended up playing office hours, and he wanted to sub-post us because we lost. To be honest, I don't even know how we lost the office hours too. They're fucking horrible.
Caffeine was supposed to put on the event.
Yeah.
And that's why I was cheesed at you. We were supposed to play each other 5v5, settle it. Because we were like pissed, but like again, he congratulated me for the 50K. But we were kind of like, we had that little edge, you know what I mean? So we're like, okay, let's settle it. Let's make some money. Let's play against each other, see who's better. Caffeine reached out to us, I believe. They were gonna probably give a bag for that event. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm just being blunt, like I reached out to you hella times because I was trying to get that event set up. And I know like whoever set it up for you, maybe your management team, I don't know who it was, they set it up. And then I reached out to Caffeine, or no, my Caffeine reached out to my manager and they're like, so are you set up for this matchup? Like, are you guys excited for Toronto? And I was at the beach in North Carolina. I remember that message and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? We never set up a game. So we were supposed to have a game and we just never had a game. So think of it from my position, why I did that sub post after. I was supposed to play with you. We were probably going to make however many racks you made from that event. Probably a lot. Osmo sponsor, Caffeine sponsor. Did Caffeine end up sponsoring or did they pull out?
Caffeine didn't sponsor.
Okay, so they were going to. Whatever. That would have been hella money, right? But then I was like, yo, what do you mean? You guys are posting an event and I'm not there? So that's where I was like, what the fuck? So you guys ended up playing office hours. It completely switched. And then I was like, fuck this guy. Like, that's when I got really pissed. And that's when we were at our worst.
Honestly, though, I feel like we tend to care about money too much. Like, I feel like we were having the most fun when, like, we played Camp Rotterdam, no caffeine, no nothing. Straight YouTube. We had fun. It was viral. Whatever. We made our money from the YouTube videos. We went trending number 2. That's insane.
That was fucked.
Trending number 2 in Canada and trending, like, top 5 in the whole of America. So, But I feel like we should have just did the game at a park, packed it out, just played and had fun, Because I feel like once you get all those people involved, it kind of causes a lot of problems and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna play.
You know I had dude who to eat Taco Bell, dude. Oh, dude.
Like, I thought we were gonna play, and we never got to play. Regardless of money, like obviously the money was a big part of it. It's like we could have put on, like you said it, millions of views for HOH if we played 1-on-1.
Yeah.
5v5, you against me, is insane. Like that's internet breaking, especially at that time. We were beefing a bit, and then I just didn't hear from anybody. I thought it was like a sold out show, but then I got a message from Caffeine saying, "Are you pulling up or no?" I'm like, "What the fuck are they talking about? What do you mean pull up?" So I just had no idea, and then that's why like after that, you guys lost the office hours.
Yep.
And I was in LA, and I was like, "Yo, fuck these guys, bro. These guys wanted to finesse me out of a game." Well, I don't even remember what I said. but I was like something like you guys lost, or something just like you guys lost. I was just rubbing it in your face.
I remember I DM'd you. I DM'd him on some crazy shit, man. We had to pop up the screenshots.
No, we'll pop up the screenshots for sure.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro. Like, if I see you, I'm gonna knock you out, type shit. Like,
you said just because you're D's doesn't mean you can't catch this.
Because you're D's, I won't, like, you think because you're muscular, you won't, like, I was on some timing, like, you feel me? That's how you know I was really angry for sure at this guy, but.
I think you were angry, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were cheesed because you lost. You guys shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
Let's be real. That's why I was
That made me more mad, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Office hours 1? And I was like, all right, bet. We're going to rub it in his face right now. I'm going to piss this guy off. So I did that, and you were pissed about that, and you were pissed that I, like, you know, sub-posting you. Yeah. I didn't even at you. It was just like, you know. Yeah. But yeah, he was on demon timing. He wanted to fight. I don't even remember what I said at this point, but I was just kind of like, whatever, bro. Like, I said we can set up a game whenever. I was just kind of offing that. Like, at the end of the day, like, it was dead. Yeah. I didn't think we were ever going to collab again. I thought that was the last moment we'd ever talk to each other after that.
So now that we've kind of covered off everything up until this point right here, let's talk reconciliation. You guys ever see yourselves getting back together in any shape, way, or form on the basketball court?
I'm not gonna lie, this guy reached out to me at Christmas, and I don't know why. I was thinking, like, not even on some weird shit, but like I was like thinking of him. Like I was like, yo, like, you know, my girl sometimes would ask me, like, see videos, be like, you miss Showtime? I'm like, nah, he's a waste man. He's a waste man. And she's like, you sure? Like, it seems like you miss him. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but like deep down, like, not even on some weird feeling shit, like, I definitely miss you, bro. Like, I was like, you know, we had some good ass memories. I would hear like the fucking Drake album. I'm like, bro, that's like when we went viral.
CLB. Drake, let me tell you guys something, man. Drake, CLB is my favorite album from Drake. Like, only reason because of everything we went through when that album dropped. Like, you don't understand. Like, when he dropped that album, he invited me to the listening party. That's where I first met him. You know, we actually got to talk about it, I had a takeover the next day at Meadowvale in Saga. That was their first takeover ever played with us. And he was actually going to come, he said, but he didn't wake up in time. He said if he woke up in time, he would have showed up. So, but just everything in general, like, I promise you, like, that whole month of September, I was listening to CLB every day, 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. Like, bro, that album is so, like, legendary to me just because of everything I've been through when that album dropped and the love you're showing us, like, you know. So CLB will forever be my favorite Drake album, for sure.
100%. And that's where I was like, I miss this guy, like, whatever. And then right when I was thinking that, like, yeah, you can't fake this shit. You actually can't fake this shit. We were just talking about it, me and my girl, on the way to her family's crib. And then I look at my phone at dinner, because I was having a bad dinner. I was like, whatever, I felt weird. I look at my phone, and I laugh, bro. I see a message from this guy. He's like, that's crazy. It was like us training, like when we first took off. And I was like, yo, this guy actually messaged me. That's crazy. Like, that showed a sign that he's, like, mature. Like, he's a mature guy. And, like, it would have been very immature of me if I didn't reply and, you know, wish him, like, a Merry Christmas. So I wished him a Merry Christmas. I was just chopping it up with him again. And we kind of just, like, you know, got back to cool. And then a few weeks later, that's when we're like, all right, maybe we could do something. Maybe we could talk it out. And this is that talk right here.
Wow. Now that was quite the intense conversation between these two. It's clear they both have a lot of respect for each other. However, there's still a little bit of animosity there. Now, the $1,000,000 question is...
Man, shut your skinny ass, having ass, Richard Kelly, having ass, ugly ass up, nigga. You think I'm gonna fuck with this guy ever again? I'm from the trenches, bro. Don't ever disrespect me with that bullshit. Look at me in the face, I'm talking to you, pussy. You a goof. I'll never fuck you ever again in my life. Man, shut your stupid ass up, man. I'm out this bitch. April Fools, pussy.
It's crazy you guys thought you were going to get a 1v1, me and Showtime together. It's crazy you thought we were ever going to reunite. April Fools, dumbasses. Take that stupid fucking suit off, Goofy. Holy.
Wait, did I just? So you telling me the beginner will cap?
Yeah, if you call that.
So the beginner will cap? Do what is with everybody on this April Fool's dumb